मैं संविधान हूँ, मैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हूँ. Yes, I am the Constitution of India. I am India's Constitution. Like everyone, I was also born. And like everyone has a birth date, I too have a birth date. And that is 26 November 1949. You know, on this day, I was adopted. But I met all of you on 26 January 1950. You might be thinking, why is it so? Because like a newborn does not go to school immediately, but takes time to enter the school. Similarly, I did not go to the Parliament of India immediately. Instead, I came into force on 26 January 1950. And hence this day is celebrated as the Republic Day. Now you must be thinking, what is Republic Day? Republic Day means the day when the Constitution of India came into effect. Well, do you understand what is gestation period? It is a time taken by a baby to be fully grown in the mother's womb before birth. For a human baby, the gestation period is of 9 months. But my gestation period was approximately 3 years. Surprised? Well, to be exactly, it was 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Also, to plan my birth, a special Constituent Assembly was planned in 1946. And this Constituent Assembly Committee was headed by Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who also became the first president of the Free India. Do you know what exactly president means? President of the Republic of India is the head of all the Indian states and commander-in-chief of all the Indian armed forces. And now, do you know who is the current president of India? He is Honorable Shri Ram Nath Kovind. Okay, now one more important information for all of you. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, whom we fondly called as Chacha Nehru, was also the main member of the committee, who later on became the first Prime Minister of the Free India. Well, again my question to you. Who is our present Prime Minister? Our current Prime Minister is Honorable Shri Narendra Modi, and he is the 14th Prime Minister of India. Friends, in this Constitution Committee, there was a main committee known as the Drafting Committee. The work of this Drafting Committee is to write the Constitution. And this Drafting Committee has written me. Yes, the Constitution of India. The Drafting Committee has 7 members. And the president of this committee was a great law expert, constitution expert, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar presented me in the written form. He gave me birth with 395 articles, and after that, 100 more articles have been amended. And now I am constituted by 448 articles altogether. So now do you understand why our constitution is said to be in written form? Our constitution is also the longest constitution, with 448 articles divided into
25 parts
and 12 schedules. You will be surprised to know that the Constitution of the United Kingdom is unwritten. Yes, it is not in written form. I am really thankful to Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar because he studied constitutions of all the countries before writing me, and he took tremendous efforts for my birth. My dear friends, tell me, what is the name of our country? India, Bharat, or Hindustan? Are you confused? Friends, in the Constitution, the name of our country is mentioned as India, that is Bharat. Now let me tell what all I have given to you all. Well, first of all, I gave you a political country named Bharat. You might say, India is an ancient country, and how can I claim that I made it? Friends, this is true that India is really very ancient country, much older than other existing countries of the world. But Bharat for many centuries has been divided into many smaller states which used to fight with one another. In these battles, many a times rulers of these states used to take help of outsiders to defeat their opponents. And this is why outsiders started ruling us. At this point, I can recall a very important episode from history. Once, Prithviraj Chauhan and Jaichand had a fierce battle. And then Jaichand took help from an outsider, Muhammad Ghori, to win the battle. This outsider, Muhammad Ghori, came to India, defeated and killed Prithviraj in the battle, and later on killed Jaichand as well. From then, that is 1192, Delhi remained in the custody of outsiders. Delhi came back to us only in 1947 when India was declared an independent nation after 200 years of British Raj. In short, for more than 830 years, Delhi was ruled by different outsiders, and then finally from the last 75 years, Delhi is the pride and capital of our free India. The great leaders of our country, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Vallabhbhai Patel, gave birth to me with an unanimous thought, and that was, we should not lose our hard-earned independence again. And for that, India should be united as one. The power should be centralized instead of being divided into smaller independent states. That is called political India, which I shaped. Secondly, what I gave to United India was a set of rules and regulations, which assures that the country will run smoothly. My dear friends, I also decide the style of governance, means how the government will be formed and who will elect the government. I, the Constitution of India, told India's government will function from the Parliament. Indian citizens will elect members of Parliament. From the chosen member of Parliament, PM will select ministers to establish his cabinet. The country will run in the name of the President. The role of Prime Minister is to execute the powers mentioned in the Constitution, and this is better known as democratic style of governance. Now you may ask, what is a democratic government? So, a democratic government is a government of the people, by the people and for the people. In democracy, citizens vote their candidate and elect them as the members of Parliament. The elected members of the Parliament work for a tenure of 5 years to fulfill their duties as a representative of their constituency. Like for Nasik, Mr. Hemant Godse is a chosen elected member of Parliament. In case the member of Parliament fail to fulfill the commitments made, then the public has a right to not to choose them again. And this means the complete power is in the hand of public, and this is known as sovereign. In simple ways, we are the kings. We are not slave to anyone, and no one can rule us. In short, we the people of India are the real source of authority in the country. And by the way, this is all written on my first page itself, which is called the Preamble to the Constitution. And from here, my story starts. Preamble means Introduction to Constitution. It is the guiding statement for the people of this nation. The objective of this Constitution is that everyone should get justice, equality, liberty, and fraternity. Like I gave you a political India, I gave you one more gift, and that is the guarantee of fundamental rights. Now you will ask me, what are the fundamental rights? So, the fundamental rights are the rights one gets right from the time a person is born. These fundamental rights are very important and the main feature of the Constitution. The first fundamental right is right to live, which means nobody can take the life of another. This is the biggest right to you. You all go to school. But who sends you to school? You might say your mama and daddy. But it is not so. It is me, the Constitution, which assures that all children go to school. And this is the second fundamental right, right to education. I feel childhood is a time when children should go to school and not work as laborers in factories or mines. My Article 24 forbids employment of children in factories, mines, or any other hazardous work. Another very important right which I gave to you is right to freedom. Now you might say we got freedom on 15th August 1947 and we celebrate it as Independence Day. But I'm not talking about the freedom from British Raj. And actually, that reminds me of a very funny episode. Many a time, people get confused between Independence Day and Republic Day. So let me clarify. Independence Day is celebrated to celebrate independence of our country and end of British rule on 15th August 1947. Republic Day is the day when my country adopted me. That is, India adopted the Constitution on 26 January 1950. And now, coming back to what I was actually telling all of you. I gave you the right to freedom, which means right to think, right to write, right to follow any religion or God, right to visit any place in my country. During the British rule in India, there was no freedom of speech. Once, when Lokmanya Tilak was expressing his thoughts in a speech, Britishers caught him and kept him in jail at Mandale. Mahatma Gandhi wrote a book, Hind Swaraj, and Britishers banned his book. But I do not allow this. Instead, I tell the ruling party not to ban thoughts and ideas of people. I gave you one more right, and that is right to equality. And again, you will come up with a question, what is equality? Equality means equal treatment. Like a mother treats all the children as equal, she provides similar food, clothing, love and care to all her children. Similarly, I treat all the citizens of India as equal with access to all rights, privilege and powers. My dear, you all are my loving children of Bharat. And for me, all of you are the same. In my eyes of law, everyone is equal, whether rich or poor, famous or common. So everyone is equal and nobody is above the law. Law applies to all persons equally. And now listen to me carefully. A state does not discriminate anyone on any grounds. Like additional facilities for someone famous, no facilities for poor, a different treatment for males, a different behavior for women, different rules for Muslim, and a different set of rules for Hindus. All this is not agreeable to me, and for me, everyone is equal. In our country, there was a time when few castes were not allowed to enter the temple. They were not allowed to take water from well and were deprived of education. Now this is what is called as social inequality. I removed this social inequality. And for this, Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar took tremendous efforts, and that is why he is called as Mahamanav. Today, I give education, water, health services and guarantee social equality to all. For this purpose, I made so many laws. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I make laws. Before making a law, a bill is introduced in Parliament. And no, it is not an account bill. Before making a law, sections are written, and this is called as a bill. When the bill is passed in Parliament, it is called a law. Law means rules and regulations. All these laws are made by me, and that is why that is Constitution book, is also called Supreme Law of India. This is also a protection for me. Like your parents protect you, I am protected by Supreme Court of India. You can call it my bodyguard. I have made Supreme Court, High Courts, District Courts for the purpose to settle disputes between people and to protect the fundamental rights of all citizens. In our country named Bharat, the law shall prevail. And the law will prevail means my rule will prevail. My rule means constitutional rules will prevail. And constitutional rule means all the 448 articles which constitute the Constitution. That's me. Children, now I have shared a lot about myself. Since you are small and need time to understand me in depth, I will stop here. When we will meet next, I will tell you all about the 448 articles in detail. And till the time we meet again, you all study well and study me.